We're here with Kirsten Cairns from theonering.net.
How do you take your tea?
How do I take my tea? Interesting you should ask me this because I get really annoyed when I get bad tea. First of all, I like what we tend to refer to as builder's tea, just ordinary, cheap, PG tips, particularly PG tips because it has a cute monkey on the box and I like the monkey, but just a regular black tea. And I don't like the tea bag in for too long. I don't mind too much, but I don't want it really strong. And then just a little milk, no sugar. However, here, people think Earl Grey and breakfast tea are the same thing, and they are not.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yesterday I asked a friend if she would get me a tea, and it wasn't her fault because she asked for the right thing. I wrote down for her, English breakfast, skim milk, take the tea bag out. So she went and she came back and she'd asked them for exactly that, and I took the thing off the tea and took a sip. It was Earl Grey with cream in it. I had to go in the bin. That was it. So it's got to be breakfast tea, it's got to be milk in it, no sugar. I moved around a lot as a kid, so grew up in Scotland, my family lives in London now. I'm based in Boston over here in the United States. The best technical training for classical singers, in my opinion, is in America. So I came over and did a grad diploma in opera in Boston, and was all set to fly back to the UK, and I got offered a job. And then I got my green card, and so I went freelance. The main thing is the directing, staging opera, but I still do quite a lot of singing, performing, and I do a lot of coaching, a lot of master classes, working with actors and singers on preparing for auditions, that kind of thing. In my free time, I'm a senior staff member for theonering.net, which is why I'm here at DragonCon. That's a lot of fun. Doesn't pay anything, we're all volunteers at the One Ring. But I spend time coming to things like this and meeting fellow fans of Tolkien and Middle-earth. I've always been a big geek. I was a massive Star Wars fan as a little kid. My dad read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings to my brothers, who are older than me, when I was really too young to quite get it, but I just loved it, and the rest is history.
Cool. What do you miss most from the UK?
The first thing is pubs, a good traditional pub. In England, especially down in the south and sort of around where my parents are, there's a lot of really old pubs. And you go in and there's no music playing, and it's the old sort of wooden settles that you sit on, and there's really good beer and cider on tap, and there's maybe wooden beams on the ceiling and a roaring fire, and those are my favourite places to spend an evening with friends. And I miss the TV, and we do get a lot of British TV over here, but British telly is a lot better than American telly, so telly and pubs.
That was one of my favorite things about being there for grad school, is I had all of the BBC. So how long have you been coming to DragonCon?
I think my first DragonCon was 2005. I suppose there's sort of three things that I really love about being here. I'm going to do a bit of a Spanish Inquisition here.
Okay.
I'll come in again. Three things. I love seeing my friends, and there are some friends that I only see here. You know, we're all scattered all over the place, so it's really great to see my friends. I love meeting the fans, and I love seeing the costumes that people make. They're just so inventive and creative, and yeah. Last night at our Middle-earth 80s dance party, there was a girl who'd made like this big paper mache headdress that was the Eye of Sauron, and she'd put on it, you know, like the 80s glasses, the sunglasses that are like the plastic. She'd made one sunglass lens, neon green, over the Eye of Sauron. It was just brilliant.
Well, great. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
talking
me.
with us.
Nice to talk to you.
See you around the con.
Enjoy the rest of the con.